Hello, good morning everyone. Today I am going to talk about the Gati Shakti, a new project which was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji. So in today's video, I am going to discuss what are the highlights, how the companies can benefit from this program, and which are the companies which are going to be impacted positively with this master plan, which is called as Gati Shakti. But before I start my video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and like the video. So let's get started. So let's understand what are the highlights of this master plan called as Gati Shakti. It is a 100 lakh crore Indian rupees National Infrastructure Master Plan. It is a foundation for holistic infrastructure and give an integrated pathway to our economy. Means it is, like a single portal. For example, if you have to file your income tax, you have an income tax portal wherein you can file your income tax. If you have to resubmit your income tax, or if there are any notices to be issued by the income tax department, you can log in and check. Similar way, this will be a single the portal which will give a holistic infrastructure view, and it is a path for integrated pathway to our economy. Means this will help our economy to grow. And Gati Shakti plan, it will help raise the global profile of local manufacturers and help them compete with their counterparts worldwide. So what does it mean? It means the local manufacturers. The manufacturers might be from let's say, automobile industry or a pharma industry. If they have to compete globally, let's say if they have to compete with European companies or American companies, so they have to make sure that their product meets the statutory requirements of uh, the statutory requirements mentioned in that country and the quality standard prescribed by that country for the manufacturer. Let me give you a couple of examples. For example, if Tata Motors they want to sell their cars in USA, they have to make sure that their car is having the left-hand drive, whereas India we have the right-hand drive, and it should meet their safety crash ratings. So these are some of the requirements. And for example, pharma also, if you have to export your vaccine, let's say COVID vaccine, it has to have the approval and the uh, sample study conducted over a couple of thousand of people. There are certain WHO guidelines. So this will help the companies to uh, compare what are the standards required in different markets and whether their product meets their standard. If not, how to upgrade so that their product will meet the local requirements uh, and compete with their counterparts worldwide. So here when you say compete with their counterparts worldwide, the counterparts may be a local manufacturer. Like let's say for example, tomorrow Tata Motors, they want to sell their cars in North America. The local car manufacturer in North America, that is USA, are Ford, Chevrolet, right? And we also have the other global companies like Mercedes-Benz, which is based out of Germany. We have Toyota, Honda, they are from Japan. We also have Mazda. So various companies, they are competing. And we all know the Japanese cars are, light, yet they are very fuel efficient, and they also have a very strong build quality. So if Tata wants to compete with them, they have to make sure their product meets the global requirements. It also raises possibilities of new future economic zones. Okay, what does it mean this? As we know, previous governments, they created special economic zones. So what are the advantages of setting a company in a special economic zone? You will get, the certain tax rebates if you set up your company in a economic zone. If it is a export oriented company, certain products may get tax relief. So, like this, the government of India in future may announce certain areas which will be, specifically catering to the Gati Shakti project. And it enables coordination among different ministries, states, and departments, facilitate ease of planning, and also bring down the overall costs of implementation. So one of the main objective of this Gati Shakti is to coordinate among different ministries, states and departments. Let's say for example, the a new airport has to come up in a state. Okay, then what are the requirements? So you have to first get approval from Civil Aviation Ministry, then you have to get approval from the state government. State government will publish it in newspapers that so and so area we are going to set up, and the lands in this village bearing these survey numbers will be acquired by the government and suitable compensation will be given, and that compensation has to be given and the land should be acquired, and it should be handed over to Airports Authority of India or any contractor who has been identified to develop that airport. Once a airport is developed, you should get required certifications as to safety of landing of the aircraft, what kind of aircraft can land there, what kind of aircraft runway has been prepared, all these things. If it is happening in one place, then it is easy to coordinate. Let's say, like once the Civil Aviation Ministry announces, then if it is a workflow, then it will go to the concerned person in the state who has to do the further action. So this way, the time wasted in moving the product files will be minimized. And how this is going to help? See, you have to think that every day costs some rupees. If let's say 100 people are working on a project, and if the project is delayed by a single day, you have to pay all these 100 people for that single day. If there is a mechanism in which there is a proper coordination and the project is going as planned without any delay, then you can uh, minimize the project overrun. So this will also help in the ease of planning. So you will understand, okay, what is my first action? I need to plan for this. And what is my next plan? I need to plan for this. So when you try to do all the planning, if you will see whether there is any gap, whether you require some more research or you require any input from some other department. So everything will fall in place. The next highlight is the information available to all the stakeholders at different levels. Central, state, cities, and even panchayats taking up projects would get simplified. So what happens? Let's say I want to know what is the status of construction of an airport or a highway. Then what happens? Uh, Say I have to write to someone and they have to forward the file and they have to forward your application to the concerned person who is having. Then he has to reply. All these things have a time limit, right? If you submit the your application today, probably they have the time limit of 15 days to respond. Then instead of that, if you have an integrated portal, let's say a central government employee wants to see the status. He will log into the portal with his credential and he will see what is the status. If it is stuck anywhere, he can talk to the person and make sure that the required input are provided and the project moves to the next stage. Similarly, it can happen for a state government employee or city authorities like a municipality or even a panchayat. So this way people will be aware as to what is the status of the project. Is it as per plan? Is it delayed or is it ahead? And if anything, any approval is required because of which things are not moving. So the people will get to know what is the status and there will be one single source for truth. Besides bundling of projects within ministries or departments, single approvals for multifaceted projects, and avoiding duplication of efforts and cost would become possible. So, bundling of project, what it means? Bundling of project means usually in project management, it is part of program management. Like let's say you are constructing a highway 10 kilometer each in different districts. So you can bundle all these projects right under one program so that the advantages or the lessons you have learned in one project can be applied in other projects so that you can reap the benefit. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are constructing a highway, you are building a new highway in one district, right? And after digging the land for let's say for about 5 feet, then you realize there are hard rocks. So you have to get a stone cutter machine. So if the stone cutter machine is not costed, then your project will stop. Again, you have to go to the different people for approval, and then you have to get it. And once it is done, what you can do with that? You can either keep or you have to dispose it off. Instead, if you learn this and then you realize, okay, you can take help of the geology department, right? And ask them to make a survey as to this kind of rock is found on which areas, all those areas where your highway is going through. If there are different projects, the same equipment can it be used so that the cost of the machinery can be spread over different projects. So the advantage is there is a better utilization of resources available for the project and the cost will be spread over. So this way, both the government and the ministries which are taking up these projects will get benefited. So single approvals for multifaceted projects means there might be a one single approval, so which will give a green signal for all the projects under that program or under that umbrella program. And avoiding duplication of efforts and costs would become possible. Let us say I have to one master project like construction of a highway from Bangalore to Bombay. But the if I try to do it in different projects and I go for approval for different sections, then it will take time. Rather, if I say that, okay, this is one project, but there are two different state governments, and I have a single window wherein the different approvals required from different state governments can be applied, obtained, and both governments can see what is the status of project. So thus we are avoiding duplication of efforts and cost. So this will definitely benefit the government. The government will be able to complete the project within time, within budget, so that the whatever the cost overrun would have happened, that is avoided, and the same money can be utilized for different projects. So in the next video, I will talk more about the what is the in-depth uh, things you should know about the Gati Shakti Master Plan. What are the different sectors which will be benefited by this, the project. And if you have not subscribed to my video, please subscribe to my video. Please like this video. I will be making more videos so that we will understand this, and we will try to see how this impacts different companies in the stock market. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.